Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Hayden and I am the owner of Toga Motorsport, and today we're going to be talking about mastering the perfect pit stop, or mastering a pit stop in an Assetto Corsa Competizione. Now, just for a caveat, putting this caveat in straight away from the get-go, I am not a professional racing driver, nor do I ever think I am ever going to be a professional racing driver. But what I'm going to try and do is give you my hints and tips, if you like, or hints and tips you can maybe try and put into your racing to improve your pit stop. Now, there are certain things that I might do differently to somebody else, but it's all down to personal preference at the end of the day, and we can talk about that in the later on in the video. So let's just touch upon it, give a sort of bit of a summary. If you're new to sim racing, or you're getting back into sim racing after a lot of time out, you might necessarily have forgotten how to do a pit stop procedure, or you don't know how to do a pit stop procedure in ACC. So this is what this video is going to be about. We're just going to talk about how to prepare for the pit stop, sorry, and what we need to do in terms of pit entry, getting the car lined up in your pit box, and obviously then getting back out as best as possible and as fast as possible without losing track position and any track time. That is the aim of the game. So just before we get going in this video, I touched upon the rookie championships, or maybe being a rookie or getting back into sim racing. Toga Motorsport hosts a pretty well-known and well-respected rookie championship. It runs about 3 or 4 times in a year, and we basically take anybody in that's a rookie level, and we get them back into sim racing on Assetto Corsa Competizione. It might be that you come from iRacing, or you come from another platform in entirety and you want to get into ACC. Hopefully this is a good starting point for us here at Toga Motorsport to get you into the swing of racing on ACC. We are fortunate enough to be sponsored by Coach Dave Delta for the entirety of our championship, and we do thank Coach Dave Delta for getting in touch with us and sponsoring our championships. Every 3 winners of our championships will receive a 1-month free copy of Coach Dave Delta. If you haven't used Coach Dave Delta, we can dive into another video, but it's a fantastic piece of kit to be able to use setups, and maybe if you're not au fait with setups, or you don't know how to just set up a car, Coach Dave Delta does it for you. It's a fantastic product. I use it all the time, and in fact I'm running a Coach Dave setup now as I do this video. So you're doing some laps, you notice that your fuel's running low, or your pit strategy is coming to an end, and you need to go in and pit. Or what do you do? Well, for me, if I know I'm entering the pits soon, or my pit stint is coming to an end, I always keep an eye out on the pits on my bottom right hand corner, where it says how many laps I've got. My fuel left, in this instance I've got 21 litres of fuel, and I will cycle through my menu until I get to this menu here. You'll see obviously lots of different examples here. You can set your strategy if you've got one already preset, how much fuel you add into the car. Obviously this is quite critical. The white number, or sorry, the black number in the white box is how much fuel the car will be left with once the refuel procedure has completed, and the number next to it in the bigger letters is how much fuel you're putting in. So for example, if I set to 60 litres, the car will have 80 litres as it exits the pit lane, and you get that set. Now, sometimes you don't want to have to change tyres in the pit stop. Sometimes you may not necessarily need to have tyre change, it's not a requirement, or you just feel like you don't want to change tyres. So you can use that to trigger on or off whether or not you want to change tyres. You can see at the bottom of the screen it says time required. That's how much time we're going to have in the pits. So obviously by removing tyre change, we're going to gain 15 or seconds, or shorten our pit stop by 15 seconds. So we'll keep pits tyres on. We'll simulate this. Down below you can set what tyre sets you are. You can scroll through those, and obviously they're limited to how many tyre sets you've got. What compound, so you can switch between dry and wets, and obviously then tyre pressures. Obviously that's self-explanatory. You can set what tyre pressures you want to have depending on whether the weather conditions are changing, etc, etc. Changing brakes, obviously this is really for more endurance racing. I think a set of brakes can last up to 3 hours. I think in a normal GT car, someone could let me know in the comments if I'm talking rubbish, but I'm pretty sure for the most part you don't need to change that tyre change checkpoint at all. And then you've got driver select. Obviously if you're on a team conditions and you want to obviously move to a new driver, here you would select a driver in your team. You'll have a pop-up or a menu at the top of the screen basically saying who's connected to the servo, and then you can switch on or off that particular person as you so wish to be the next driver. And then finally, any damage you've got to the car, you can either switch that on or off, fix the suspension and fix the bodywork, and obviously that time will go up or down respectively. And that's really it. So let's simulate a pit stop then. So I've got everything set up. I'm going to change my tyres. I'm going to put 60 litres of fuel into the car, which is going to leave me with 78 litres of fuel. I normally get this ready about 1 or 2 laps before I know my stint's going to finish. Obviously the fuel quantity might change depending on how fast you're going out on track. So obviously you have to constantly keep that under wraps. I would recommend highly that you don't do any changes whilst in corners. So for example here, I wouldn't do it. I wait till I get to a straight and then maybe change a few settings, and obviously that's why it takes me a couple of laps to get myself prepared for the pit stop. So we're at Donington Park, we've got a couple more corners to go, and this is where I do something slightly differently to some people, or people do it the same way as me, but this is just my preference. So you can see I've got a keyboard on my lap. I'm about to change position. Obviously for me, I don't have a button bound to my steering wheel. And obviously here at Donington Park, the pit entrance is a bit of a weird place. So I would put on my signal to inform other drivers that I'm actually going into box. I'm keeping to the left-hand side, away from the racing line. Obviously I come into the pit lane. I hit the pit lane nice and early, but then I switch to my bonnet cam. This aids me to get into hopefully get into my pit box as fast as I possibly can, and so I don't miss it also and losing any time. So here we go. Hopefully I get a good entrance into the pits. Obviously I'll simulate it much faster. Complete engine cut. So what I do is I press the ignition button on my steering wheel, which then cuts the car completely off, and I instantly switch it back on. You can see fuel now is being added and the tyres are being changed, so I can switch back to my camera view. And obviously I run with a clutch. I know some people actually don't like me running with a clutch because GT3s and GT4s don't actually do that, but that's what I do. So I'm looking at the countdown timer. When I see the countdown timer switching between 2 seconds and 1 second, I'm ready for the start button, and I'm getting the car to start up again. So it gets to 1 second, I've started the car up and I'm away. And that is a pit stop in ACC. I'm now back out. I can now continue my run. You can see I've got 77 litres of fuel, which is pretty much what I said I would have, because obviously based on the pit stop. And now I can get myself away and carrying on with my race and hopefully gain some time in the pits, as other cars have obviously had slower stops. And that is it in a nutshell. If you like this video at any stage, then please do consider hitting that like button. And if you're not yet a subscriber to our channel, then please do consider hitting that subscribe button. If you want to watch some other videos, I'll put them to my left-hand side now. You'll be able to see some more content here at Toga Motorsport. If not, I've been Hayden. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I'll speak to you very, very soon. Bye-bye.